I know you must have watched my videos on government employee salaries from grade 15 to grade 1, and I'm sure you are surprised by how much government employees or civil servants who are grade 4, grade 3, grade 2 and grade 1 get paid, since they all get above 50,000 per month is their net. So that sounds like a lot of money, but trust me, if you see the people I'm going to show you in this video, these people are the top 20 highly paid people in Namibia. They get massive salaries. So without wasting your time, let me start. Please watch the whole video, like, share and subscribe. And the salaries you are going to see in this video, you don't have to tax or take out any deduction from the salaries, because the benefits they get is enough to make up for all the deductions you want to impose on the salaries. So leave them as they are. Let's start. We are starting. This is the top 22 highly paid people in Namibia. So at number 20 we have Kenneth Kandome, who is the CEO of NASFA for NSFAF, which stands for Namibia Student Financial Assistance Fund, which is an organization assigned to facilitate student funds. So Kenneth Kandome earns 160,000 per month. So how do we know he earns 160,000 per month? What proof do we have? Here is the proof. So it was reported in the Namibian Sun newspaper that the Namibian Student Financial Assistance Fund, NSFAF, is set to start paying its suspended CEO, Hilya Ngiwete, her 160,000 monthly salary from the end of September, but will not allow her to return to work, pending an appeal against her reinstatement. So the former CEO was Hilya Ngiwete, who was replaced by Kenneth Kandome roughly around 3 years ago. So if the former CEO was getting 160,000 per month, we can assume the current CEO gets the same amount. We are moving on to number 19. Who we have at number 19? At number 19 we have Peter Shivute. Peter Shivute is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Namibia. He earns 163,000 per month. So how do we know he earned 163,000 per month? So this is the report which was published in one of the local newspapers, where it was reported that the breakdown of judge salaries in Namibia. To gain a clear understanding of salaries for judges in Namibia, it's essential to dissect the figures and grasp the nuances. Here is a detailed breakdown of the salaries of different judiciary positions. Number 1 is Chief Justice, who is Peter Shivute, who earned an annual salary of 1.9 million. If you divide 1.9 million by 12 months, it gives you monthly salary of 163,505 per month. We are moving on to number 18. Who do we have at number 18? Emmanuel Hanabeb. Emmanuel Hanabeb is the CEO of Irongo Red. So he earned a monthly salary of 164,000. So Emmanuel Hanabeb, here's the proof we have on his salary. So when the former CEO of Irongo Red's contract came to an end, it was reported in the Namibian Sun newspaper that former Irongo Red CEO Feso Mbango is fighting tooth and nail in courts in a bid to interdict the board's decision not to renew his contract. The contract worth a cool 164,000 a month ended last year. So if the former CEO, whose contract came to an end in 2022, was earning 164,000 per month, we can assume the current CEO Emmanuel Hanabeb gets 164,000 per month too. So Emmanuel Hanabeb showed up for work on his first day in the latest GT6. It was the latest GT6 by then. He showed up for work with his family in Swakopmund, where the head office of Irongo Red is. So Irongo Red is the company that is owned by the state that deals with electricity, the same way Sinored deals with electricity in the central part of Namibia, the same way Nored deals with electricity in the northern part of Namibia. We are moving on. We are moving on to number 17. Who do we have at number 17? We have John Steitler. John Steitler is the CEO of DBN, or Development Bank of Namibia. He earned a monthly salary of 166,000. So how do we know he earned 166? It was reported. There was a report by a team of experts from the State House. So when the late President Hage Geingob decided to increase his salary, people started complaining. So a team of experts from the State House, or sent by the President, went to investigate how much CEOs of state-owned enterprises earn. And then it was revealed that the media release said loss-making New Era publication CEO earns as much as Geingob does, 1.7 million. While the military spy technology company Setcom's boss and the Development Bank of Namibia CEO earn 2 million. So if you divide 2 million by 12 months, it gives you 166 per month, which is how much John Steitler earns for being the CEO of Development Bank of Namibia. So we are moving on to number 16. At number 16, we have Festus Angola, who is the CEO of Nampost, who earns the monthly salary of 175,000 per month. So how do we know he earned the 175,000 per month? Here is the proof. It was reported in 2017 that according to the presidency, this is the team now that went to investigate the salaries of CEOs of state-owned enterprises. It reads as follows in the Namibia newspaper. According to the presidency, the Namibia University of Science and Technology (NUST) rector also earns 1.9 million, while the University of Namibia UNAM Vice Chancellor and Nampost CEO both receive 2.1 million. If you divide 2.1 million by 12 months, it gives you 175,000 per month. This was back in 2017. We are moving on to number 15. At number 15, we have Kenneth Matengu, who is the UNAM Vice Chancellor, who earns the monthly salary of 175,000. So how do we know he earns a monthly salary of 175,000? Here is the proof again. So according to the presidency, the Namibia University of Science and Technology NUST rector also earns 1.9 million, while the University of Namibia's UNAM Vice Chancellor and the Nampost CEO both receive 2.1. So the UNAM Vice Chancellor receives 2.1 million per year. If you divide it by 12 months, it gives you 175,000 per month. We are moving on to number 14. At number 14, we have Jennifer Komali, who is the head of board of directors at NAMCO, with a monthly salary of 180,000. So how do we know she earns the 180,000 per month? Here is the proof. The average monthly salary for executives at NAMCO is 180,000. Hold the salary range, okay? So she's an executive at NAMCO. So it was reported in the local newspaper that an average salary of an executive at NAMCO is 180,000. So since she's an executive, we can assume she earns 180,000. Okay, we are moving on to number 13. At number 13, we have Levi Shivolo, who is the head of Windhoek City Police, or the chief of Windhoek City Police. He replaced Abraham Kanime. He earned the monthly salary of 184,000 per month. So how do we know he earned 184,000 per month? Here is the proof. So when Ganime's contract came to an end, it was extended in 2020. And then it was reported that Kahundu confirms the extension of Ganime's contract. Kahundu by then was the mayor of City of Windhoek before Job Mbanda. So Kanime turns 60 on 19th of May this year, 2020. According to the media report, Kanime receives a monthly salary of over 184,000. So if Kanime was getting 184,000 per month back in 2020 for being the chief of Windhoek City Police, we can assume the current chief of City Police gets 184,000 per month too. We are moving on to number 12. At number 12, we have Desmond van Jersveld, who's the CEO of Namibia, who earned the monthly salary of 200,000. How do we know he earned the 200,000? Here is the proof. So the former CEO of Namibia, John Smith, when his contract came to an end, he was given an offer for it to be renewed or extended. Then he turned it down. Then it was reported in the Namibian newspaper that John Smith turned down a 2.4 million yearly compensation raise or 200,000 per month by leaving Namibia. So this was 2 years ago, and then he was replaced by Desmond van Jersveld. So if he was offered 200,000 per month 2 years ago, that he left, and he never turned back, we can assume the current CEO is getting paid 200,000. So we are moving on to number 11. At number 11 is Rosalia Martins, who's the CEO of MVA, Motor Vehicle Accident Fund. So she earns the monthly salary of 200,000 per month. So how do we know she earns 200,000 per month? Here is the proof. So it was reported in the Namibian newspaper. This was by the team that was sent by the president when they went to do investigations. This was part of their findings. So when they came back with their findings, they reported that second highly paid or highest paid is per the press release is the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund's boss with a 2.4 million. Yet according to sources, the actual figure is okay. So 2.4 million divided by 12 gives you 200,000. So Rosalia Martin gets 200,000 per month. We are moving on to number 10. At number 10 is Robert Kaimise, who is the ECB CEO. ECB stands for Electricity Control Board, and he is the CEO of that board. So he earns the monthly salary of 216,000 per month. How do we know he earns the 216,000 per month? The proof is here. Okay, this is the appointment. Kaimise joins the Electricity Control Board as the CEO. This was back in 2023. He came from Oshivarongo, where he was working for Sinored. But before he went to Sinored, he was at City of Windhoek. Before he went to City of Windhoek as the CEO, he was the CEO of Irongored. So how do we know he earned the 216,000 per month? Here is the proof. So it was reported in the Namibian newspaper that according to the State House, the Electricity Control Board Chief Executive Officer's package is 2.6 million per year. 2.6 divided by 12 gives you 216. This was roughly 6 or 7 years ago, 2017. We are moving on to number 9. Who do we have at number 9? It's Emmanuel Mulunga. Emmanuel Mulunga is the managing director or CEO of NAMCO, who earned the monthly salary of 220,000. So how do we know he earned the 220,000? So we are moving it here. It was reported. These are official reports in the Namibian newspaper that NAMCO managing director Emmanuel Mulunga, who reportedly earned more than 220,000 a month. That was the report. So with the 220,000, what do you do? That's a lot of money per month. This is almost the annual salary of a teacher. And this guy is getting it every month. This is the annual salary of a teacher before deductions. But this guy is getting it every month after deductions. So what do you do with such amount of money? Mulunga decided to buy himself a Range Rover autobiography. But the one you are seeing in this video is for Shapa Kanyama. But Mulunga also had a similar one. He bought it first before Shapa Kanyama, the husband of Betty Davis, bought it. So the one for Mulunga is written all one. So Range Rover autobiography 2023 model that Mulunga bought brand new costs 3.7 million or 3,760,900. That's the car Mulunga bought with a salary of 220,000. So if you buy this Range Rover autobiography on bank finance, through the bank, this is how much you'll be paying. If you buy it through the bank on 12% interest, no balloon payment, no deposit for 60 months or 5 years, before insurance, you'll be paying 83,659.14 cents for 5 years every month for a Range Rover Autobiography 2023 model costing 3.7 million. So pay 83,659 per month. So after making such headlines, after buying that Range Rover, he made the headlines. Then from there, he was quiet. The next news we heard, or the next thing we heard about him was this. Suspended Namibian Petroleum Corporation NAMCO Managing Director Emmanuel Molonga is being sued by a medical doctor over unpaid loan of 50,000. So he was suspended with a full salary. And now he went and took a loan of 50,000 and is now failing to pay it. Someone who earns 220,000 per month. Getting a bigger salary does not guarantee knowing how to use it. And Mulunga is a good example. Let's continue. Now we are moving on to number 8. At number 8 we have Leaky Erastus, who is the CEO of MTC, who earned the monthly salary of 225,000. So how do we know he earned the 225,000? Here is the proof. So it was reported in the Namibian newspaper that Chief Executive Leaky Erastus and the Chief Financial Officer Thinus Smith earned over 10 million in the last year. Bonuses paid to them for 2022 financial year were at 2.8 million for Erastus, more than his salary of 2.7 million. So this is why I was saying do not deduct anything from the salaries of these guys, because whatever you deduct will be replaced by their bonuses or benefits, or they have different ways of making money at work. So whatever you see as the annual salary, just divide it by 12 months and leave it like that. Do not take out any deduction, because even if you take it out, their bonuses, benefits, and other things will make up for how much you've deducted. So he earned the 2.7 million per year. So if you divide it by 12, it will give you 225,000 per month. This is even before you put the bonuses of 2.8 million. So we are moving on to number 7. At number 7, we have Sam Shivute, who is the Namura CEO or CEO of Namura or Commissioner of Namura, with a monthly salary of 225,000. So how do we know he earned the 225,000? Here is the proof. So it was also reported that a source familiar with Namura's affairs claims even though the salary estimate is around 2.7 million, Shivute is currently, okay, so if you divide 2.7 million by 12 months, it will give you 225,000 per month. We are moving on to number 6. In number 6, we have Ryan Bagger, who is the CEO of Namdeb, with a monthly salary of 241,000. So how do we know he earned the 241,000? Here is the proof. So back here, I think it was back in 2018, Ryan Barker and Robert Kaimise and others went for the interviews for the seat of Windhoek CEO. Then Ryan Barker came out first. When he came out first, he demanded more money. And the man you are seeing on the left, Sven Thiem. Sven Thiem was the head of panelists who were interviewing these people. So he was not an interview candidate. This guy is the richest man in Namibia. He's the owner of Pick and Pay Namibia. He's the owner of Van Hill. He's the owner of Namibian Dairies. He's the owner of Namibian Breweries. He's the owner of Ausberg Group of Corridors. He's the owner of the biggest private company in Namibia. Just type O and L. On Google, you'll see it's the biggest company private company in Namibia, owned by Steven Thiem. So during the interviews, Ryan Berger came out first. This guy came out first. And then when he was given the offer, he turned it down. Then it was given to Kaimithe. Why did he turn it down? It was reported that Namdeb General Manager, Ryan Berger, has turned down the chance to be the next Chief Executive Officer of the city of Windhoek because the annual 2.7 million offer was lower than what he is currently earning at Namdeb. Questions sent to Berger were not responded to by yesterday, but the Namibian understands that Berger was offered 2.7 million per year, including benefits, by the municipality. Berger is said to have rejected this offer because he wanted a bit more, since he currently earns around 2.9 million a year, a downward giant Namdeb. So if you divide 2.9 per year by 12 months, it will give you 241,000. So what happened is he wanted more, those things of negotiating salary. So when he wanted to negotiate, they left him and chose Kaimithe. Let's move on to number 5. At number 5, we have Moses Machai, who is the CEO of City of Windhoek Municipality, with a monthly salary of 300,000. So how do we know he earned the 300,000? When Machai went for the interviews, he went against Conrad Lutombi. Conrad Lutombi came out first. And when Conrad Lutombi came out first, it was reported that Conrad Lutombi is expected to earn a monthly remuneration package of a little under 300,000 when he assumes duty as the new City of Windhoek CEO. Details into one of the country's most lucrative employment contracts show. So after it was offered to him, he turned it down. Then since Moses Machai came second in the interview, it was given to him. And when it was given to Machai, it was also reported that Machai, who heads the Oshivarongo municipality, by then he was the CEO of the municipality of Oshivarongo, is expected to earn a monthly remuneration package of a little under 300,000 when he assumes duty as the new City of Windhoek CEO. Details into one of the country's most lucrative employment contracts show. According to impeccable city sources, he will earn at least 3.3 million annually, making him one of the highest public executives in the land. It was 2 years ago, a little under. So I'm sure by now he earns 300,000. So we are moving on to number 4. Number 4 is Simpson Haolofu, who is the CEO of Nampower, with a monthly salary of 333,000. So who's Simpson Haolofu? Okay, Simpson Haolofu is the CEO of Nampower. So how do we know he earns 333,000 per month? Here is the proof. So the contract chosen by Haolofu, this was in the Namibia newspaper. The documents show is worth around 3.4 million per year. If you divide 3.4 million per year by 12 months, it will give you 333,000 per month. So we are moving on to number 3. At number 3, we have Martha Mororwa, who's the managing director of Nedbank, with a monthly salary of 350,000. Imagine you are getting a 350,000 budget number 3. 350,000 per month. So how do we know she earns 350,000 per month as the managing director of Nedbank? Here is the proof. So when Emmanuel Mulunga was suspended from NAMCO as the CEO or the managing director, then the offer was given to this man, where it was reported that the National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia, NAMCO, has offered Lionel Mateus 230,000 per month to lead the national oil company, but the former banker allegedly informed the parastatal that he earned 350 a month at Nedbank. So here is more proof. The National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia, NAMCO, has offered Lionel Mateus 230,000 per month to lead the national oil company, but the former banker allegedly informed the parastatal that he earned 350,000 a month at Nedbank. So if the former CEO of Nedbank was earning 350,000 per month, we can assume Martha Morora, the current CEO or managing director gets a 330,000 per month. We are moving on to number 2. Who do we have at number 2? At number 2 we have Andrew Kanime, who's the CEO of Namport, with a monthly salary of 357 per month. So how do we know he earned 357 per month? Here is the proof. Of the other Namport directors, Andrew Kanime earned 357,000, which was per month. If you read the whole article, 357,000 per month. So we are moving on to number 1. Who do we have at number 1? Conrad Dempsey. Conrad Dempsey is the CEO of First Rand Namibia. First Rand Namibia is the one that owns FNB Namibia. So he earns the monthly salary of 395,000. So how do we know he earned the 395,000 per month? Here is the proof. When the former CEO of First Rand retired, it was reported that his name was Sarel van Zyl. It was reported that Sarel van Zyl, the recently retired group CEO of First Rand Namibia, earned a total of 4.75 million in compensation from the financial services group at the end of its 2020-2021 financial year, which ended on June 30. Van Zyl, who retired as the CEO of the Namibia-based financial services holding company on September 30, 2020, received a salary package of 4.75 million. If you divide 4.75 million by 12 months, it gives you 395,000 per month. So Conrad Dempsey is at number 1. So who's the king? You know, in boxing rankings, you have the list rankings number 1 up to number how much, but they have a king on top. The king is here of salaries. He's here. Emmanuel Nkombi, who is the CEO of GIPF. I even had to put a crown next to his name. He earns the monthly salary of 500,000, 500,000 per month. How do we know he earned the 500,000 per month? Here's the proof. It was reported in the Namibian newspaper that with less than 3 months left before Government Institution Pension Fund CEO David Nauyoma retires, the rest to replace him is climaxing. According to insiders, over 40 people applied for the lucrative position, which comes with around 6 million in salary and bonuses annually for managing the pension of almost 100,000 members, making it the largest fund in the country. So David Nauyoma retired and went to become the CEO of Capricorn. Capricorn is the company that owns Bank Windhoek and Bank Gaborone, but it's from Namibia. It owns Bank Windhoek in Namibia, and it also owns Bank Gaborone in Botswana. So now David Nauyoma is the CEO of that company. So Martin Nkombi is now the CEO of GIPF, and he's getting 6 million per year. If you divide 6 million by 12 months, it gives you 500,000. This is excluding other benefits. So even if you tax it, if you put the benefits, it will go back to 500,000. Nkombi is the king of salaries in Namibia. But before I wrap up, there are people I want to give honorable mentions to. Honorable mentions simply because I don't have proof. I cannot give you proof of how much they earn, but I've seen how much they earn, but I cannot show you because it's a bit sensitive. So that's why I want to give them honorable mentions. So the first one is Conrad Oltombi, Roads Authority CEO. Remember, Conrad Oltombi is the one that came out first in the city of Windhoek CEO post, where he turned down a contract of 300,000 per month. And then he remained at the Roads Authority. What does it mean? It means he was given a better offer there. That's why he stayed. So it could be that he was given a 300,000 at the Roads Authority or something close to that. But I know how much he earns. So if I was to show you how much he earns, this man was going to make it into the top 10 on my list. He was going to make it into the top 10 if I was to show you how much he earns. So the second person I want to give an honorable mention to is this man, Ivan Smata, who's the deputy executive president of Sokop Uranium Husab Mine. Ivan Smata. So this man, I know how much he earns. If I was to show you how much he earns, this man was going to make it into the top 5. You can rewind the video and look at who is at number 5 and how much he earns. This guy earns more than the person at number 5 per month. His name is Ivan Smata. So the last person I want to give an honorable mention to is this man, Thomas Cosmas. He's the captain of the SS Noyoma Deep Marine offshore diamond vessel. This man. If I was to show you how much this man earns, this man was going to be the king of salaries in Namibia. He was going to overtake Martin Nkombi because this man earns more than 500,000 per month. More than 500,000 per month. This man. I've seen his payslip, but I cannot show someone's payslip. I've seen this man's payslip, but I cannot show his payslip. I've seen this man's payslip, but I cannot show that payslip because that's too sensitive. So we've come to the end of our video. So please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section to give me motivation.